Hey, it's your Katy Realtor, and on this video I want to touch on something that we just posted on our blog on yourkatyrealtor.com, and it's about mortgage rates. Now, we're not going to get into the science of it, but what I really want to get into is this question of timing the market. So we're not really going to deal with is something going to crash and are we going to take advantage of that? No. Actually, what we want to talk about is that even a feasible thing, first up? And secondly, why it's the worst idea you can have. So this goes for both buyers and sellers. So if you're in the market to buy a home and you're watching 3, 4, 6, 10 months ago, you're watching mortgage rates skyrocket and you continue to say, oh, well, it's 4% now, I'll wait. It's 3% now, I'll wait. At the time of this recording, we've crossed the 5% threshold, meaning that the same home that you could have bought last year and you said you were going to wait for whatever reason, now it's going to cost you tons more, not just because prices are going up, and that's a whole separate subject, but because the cost of borrowing that same money is almost double as far as interest percentage goes. So what does that mean for a buyer? It means, yes, it's going to cost you a little bit more, or even better, you're going to have to look at a lower price range to meet the same monthly payments, to pay off the same amount altogether. Now, when it comes to a seller, I think this is a great intersection, especially since we don't know, none of us have a crystal ball that can say, hey, tomorrow things are going to change, everything's going to be better. Nobody does. So for a seller, looking at what buyers are doing, and we do have buyers that are quitting, that are not going through with the process anymore, it's a great time to sell before, one, that continues to happen, and number two, before rates continue to rise. So if you're listening to this and you're a buyer, more than likely rates are going to continue to rise. So it's a great opportunity to have both a buyer and a seller come to the market and not second guess the decision, because the other opportunities, the other alternatives are truly unknown. We don't know what's going to happen in 3 months from now. We don't know what's going to happen a month from now. So the only way to predict anything is to come to a close approximation based on what we've seen before. And what we've seen before is that this is going to continue to ride. And what we've seen before also is that we don't know what's going to happen. So I encourage you to find a real estate professional to guide you through the process, whether you're buying or selling. I encourage you to read a little bit more into it. But if you continue to hesitate, you might be looking at a 7%, 8% interest rate scenario, where as a buyer, you'll definitely won't want to do it. And as a seller, you might have missed the opportunity to reach out to tons of buyers that were in the 5 and 6% range, which is what we're in right now. Now, because we're in the spring market and because we're coming into the summer market, we're expecting tons of more homes to come to play. However, because of this unique scenario, you have to make sure that if you are able to, and it's the same thing, if you are able to pull the trigger now, sell or buy now, because even with more homes coming to the market, who's to say that more buyers won't come also? So interest rates, my opinion, are going to continue to rise. This is not going to slow down anytime soon.